Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and welcome back to my farmhouse kitchen. It's been a couple of weeks since I've picked up this camera, feeling a little rusty, but feeling more energized after having a couple of weeks, much needed couple of weeks off. Was super busy, super busy, didn't really get a lot of relaxation done, didn't get any of my cleaning done, but all the same, it was just nice to have a break from actual filming. Right, today we are going to be, this is the last of my videos this month for Souptember, and it is brought to you by the Mennonite Farmhouse, and all the playlist of all the people, all the channels I should say, will be in the description box, so do go along and have a look at some of the other videos and all the yummy soups and things like that. There is a giveaway on the 2nd of October, and all the details will be in the description, and if you want to go in the draw for the giveaway that will be done on the live, then you just need to comment. You know, the more comments that you put on everybody's different soup videos, the more chances you've got to win. Alright, so now that we've got the little housekeeping done, today we are going to be making minestrone soup. The last soup that I made was a bacon, onion and potato soup, and it's a family favourite of ours, and I'll link that in the description as well, just in case you missed it. So the only other thing that I need to quickly talk to you about is that I'm really excited. I finally have finished the ebook. So there was, yeah, just a lot of problems, not so much with the ebook, it was more on the back end side of it. It's like, okay, you got to set it up and how you sell it and where you're going to put it. I haven't got my shop ready on the website, but I've got another way that I can do it, which is all secure and all that sort of stuff. All that to say is it's about soups. I started this ebook a couple of months ago, and it just sort of coincided with it being ready during September. Anyway, here's my little kitchen binder that I've set up, and I've got, see that? Stacey's little kitchen folder, and I've got all these different tabs, and I've got my ebook in here. So this is with all my other ebooks, and it's winter warming soups, and on the cover is the French onion soup, and let me tell you, this one is my favorite, and that's why it's on the cover. But it's also a pretty soup. Traditionally you serve toast with the cheese. Mine's with a twist. This is a cheese crisp, and honestly this was my favorite, hands down. So in here you will find 5 classics and a bonus recipe, which is my bread roll recipe. So I'm thinking, well, I might as well tell you what soups they are. So you've got a table of contents. That one there is the creamy pumpkin with peanuts, and one down the bottom there is the corn chowder. So anyway, you've got sweet corn and potato chowder, creamy pumpkin, peanut soup. Of course, if you can't eat peanuts, you can leave that out. A creamy tomato soup, French onion soup, the beautiful creamy chicken soup, which I shared last year on Souptember, and honestly it's such a great recipe, and the bonus bread roll recipe. So all of that for the price of $5 New Zealand dollars, and that's for the first week. It's going to be $5, and then it goes back to its normal price, which is $6.99 New Zealand dollars thereafter. So whenever I release a new ebook, which hopefully will be one every single month, it will always be a discounted price for the first week. Anyway, everything will be linked in the description of how you can buy the ebook if you want to support me, and I do appreciate it. I decided to do some ebooks because you don't have to do postage, and postage is just so expensive now, so I thought that was a good way to go. Right, let's get straight into this minestrone soup, because I've been talking for 4 minutes already. Gab, gab, gab. Alright, I've really missed you guys. So one of the great things about minestrone soup is it can be, you can put in it whatever you like, as long as you've got a few of the basics. So, you know, it's a great soup for a fridge clean out, and that sort of stuff. And it's a relatively cheap is cheap the right word? Yeah, it could be relatively quite a cheap soup because you can use the little bits and pieces that you've got left. So anyway, I've managed to grab a couple of little baby leeks from my garden, and I've got some parsley and some kale in here. I've got some macaroni pasta. I have some diced bacon. I have some carrot and celery, tin tomatoes, cannellini beans, some cabbage, some garlic, stock, that sort of stuff. But anyway, we'll go into it a bit more. Let's start chopping up these veggies and get it on the stove. I think what I'll do is I'm going to pop the parsley just in whole like that as a flavour added boost, and I want to get the stalks off the I've had a brain fart already. It's kale. And for all of you that have sent me good wishes on my TN and how much it's been playing up, it's a little bit better at the moment, and that's why I listened to my body and took a little bit of time off, because I knew that's what I needed. Stress is not great for trigeminal neuralgia. Oh, I've left a couple. Oops. Right, so this has already been washed. Now you can use any pasta. You want small pasta though. So if you've got like a little bit of lots of different pastas left over, you know, spaghetti, shells, whatever, you can use that. Alright, set aside this kale. Now we just want to wash the leeks. So as I was saying, you can use pretty much any veggies, but traditionally it's got, I mean, you can look up so many different recipes of minestrone soup and people use all sorts of different things. Some people have it with pasta, some people have potatoes instead. I've opted to have the pasta for this one. But the base is definitely the onion, carrot and celery, and some have bacon, some use prosciutto. You could just leave the bacon out altogether. If you want a vegetarian version, it's up to you. So this is just like a base recipe for you. You can use different types of beans, but the cannellini is what I'm using today. Okay, now I'm just going to thoroughly wash these. So yes, it's been a lot of fun working on the ebook while I've been having some downtime, and I've been working on some other projects. I also helped my daughter and her family shift twice in 1 week. Twice, you heard that right. Big debacle. I'm not going to share the details because that's her private business, but yeah, we shifted twice in a week, so that was really busy. Right, now we've got onion, and I'm just going to dice. You want everything sort of bite size, so it goes onto your soup spoon. If you don't like cabbage, you don't have to have the cabbage. Like I said, any of the veggies that you don't like, don't have it. I've even seen pumpkin, and courgettes are quite traditional, but we're just coming into spring at the moment, and they're $17 a kilo. Okay, so I've got myself a big pot. I've got my can of cannellini beans and some chopped tomatoes. Diced would have been better, but chopped is fine. and I'm just going to use water instead of chicken stock or vegetable stock. If you've got it, use that. So let's just throw this soup together now, nice and easy. Okay, we're just going to start off with a couple of tablespoons of cold pressed extra virgin rapeseed oil, which is from the Good Oil. It's my favourite. And what am I going to start with? I'll start with the bacon. And I'll just give that a minute or two. I don't want to brown the bacon, so I just want to slightly cook it. It will continue to cook in the soup as well. And then once that's cooked for a couple of minutes, then I'm going to add the carrots, celery and the diced onions. Okay, that's perfect. Just got it started. It'll continue to cook with the rest of these veg. Now we need to add some salt. And we're just going to sweat these down. They don't need to be fully cooked. Okay, I've got some of my garlic pucks. That's going to go in. This has been cooking for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. So you just want to soften them a little. I'm just going to pop a little bit of rosemary in and some basil. And I'm just going to add the water. Actually, first I'm going to add the leek. Just going to give that a couple of minutes as well. Right, I'm going in with the 2 cans of diced or chopped tomatoes. I'm using the water, so I'm just popping water in now, along with some vegetable stock powder. Wow, looks and smells delicious so far. And I'm just going to add my macaroni noodles. Now my cannellini beans are already pre-cooked, so I'm going to add them last, along with the cabbage and the kale. I want these to stay crispy, not crispy, but not overcooked. So these 3 things are going to go in once the pasta is just about ready. And if you've got other vegetables like potatoes, or you're adding pumpkin or zucchini, anything like that, you would have added it, you know, before now. Okay, right, what else do I need? Some pepper. And I've got those parsley stalks. I'm going to pop that in there for flavour. So you can see what I mean about it being a really quick and easy soup, and it's just so versatile and it is so delicious. And we're also going to top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, which is really quite nice as well. So yeah, apart from the 3 ingredients that are left that we're leaving to the last minute, that's it. So yeah, I'll come back once this is simmered and all those veggies are nice and tender. Okay, so the pasta is cooked, the carrots are just about done, but I'm just going to grab the parsley out because that's done its job, just to release some nice flavour. And you can put some fresh parsley in as well, if at the end if you want to, just for that pop of green. Now I'm just going to add a few more ingredients. So we're going to go with some balsamic glaze, and I will link that recipe in the blog post, the recipe card that will go with this, because it's on my website. And that's just going to give it just a slight sweetness and a slight tang, which always goes great with tomatoes. And we're going to put in the can of drained beans. And the cabbage, finely sliced cabbage, and kale. And we're just going to basically heat it through, because you want some texture in the cabbage and the kale. But it's, as you can see, it's such a hearty soup. Okay, so we're going to give that maybe 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes. Here we go, it's been a couple of minutes and it's sort of just welted down. Look at that beautiful hearty soup. We haven't thickened it up at all. The pasta will do the job of thickening it up. If you want a gluten-free option, just use gluten-free pasta, or leave the pasta out and use potato. So we're just going to check for seasoning, and then we're going to plate it up. Yum. Now if this is too thick for your liking, you could add some more water or broth. And some Parmesan cheese. I think after adding the cabbage, I probably could have added another cup of stock. Sorry for my dog. Sorry if you hear dogs barking. We are living on a working farm and my husband is bringing sheep and lambs down. So yeah, I think, just add, decide. But I think this could have done with a little bit more stock, but every batch is going to be different. So I will add a bit more veggie stock and water to this, because as it sits, it's going to absorb a lot of the fluid as well. But it just depends on how chunky you want it and things. This, I think, just would be quite lovely. Okie dokie. Look at this beautiful vibrant soup, and with the Parmesan on the top, it just will help with the seasoning as well, because Parmesan tends to be on the saltier side. So let's try it. So hearty. Oh, yum. Oh, that's delicious. Just going to get another. You could add chili flakes to this as well if you wanted to. Oh, look at that cheese pull. Wow. It's been years and years since I've had minestrone soup. It's at least 10-15 years. I don't know why I'm not making it more often. Brilliant way to use up any veggies that you've got in the freezer and the fridge. And it's still, I mean, we're coming into spring, but it's still definitely, we're still able to have soups at this time of the year. And of course, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're coming into soup season. So I just wanted to mention one other thing, and that is the tote bag giveaway that I did on my last video, not the last Souptember video, but my last proper Farmer's Wife Homestead video. And there was a wee problem. So I picked my 3 winners, and as per what I said in the video and the description, that I would announce the winners over on the community post. But I don't think a lot of people know how to find the community post. So anyway, I announced it, and one of those winners contacted me, And then I got a whole heap of other emails from people saying that they were the winner, and I'm like, it's not adding up. Like their handle, their YouTube handle, and the winners weren't adding up. So I sent an email to them and said, yeah, what's sort of happening? Anyway, long story short, it turns out that my comments section had been hacked, which was my fear all along about doing a giveaway. But I really wanted to give back to my community. And they'd hacked into, and it looked like it was from me. They had my photo, all those sorts of stuff, and they were personally saying, oh, you were the winner, blah, 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 even though it wasn't me. So what I've done is those people that did email me, is I'm going to honour that they thought, that they genuinely thought that they were the winners. So I've contacted those people, and I'm going to send them a tote bag as well. So I think instead of 3, I'm now sending about 7 or 8. So that's fine, and that's fair enough, because they were super excited to get the tote bag, and we will be having them in the shop. And yes, there will be a shut the front gate one as well, and a tricks one, but that's all to come. It's just me trying to get this shop up and going, and then I will have lots of different goodies. So yeah, so thank you for joining me today. I will be getting those tote bags out in the mail this coming week. I've just been so busy I haven't been able to do it yet, so apologies for that. But next week, if you're one of those winners, then you'll be getting that tote bag. Anyway, thanks for joining me today on for Souptember. And the recipe is in the description, or just go straight to my website and you'll find it there. And don't forget about the ebook. I would love it if you let me know what you think, and yeah, that'll be awesome. Oh, there was a question. So there was a question that I wanted to ask you guys, because yeah, like I know that many of you will be feeling the same way, and that is, I'm starting to feel a little burnt out from cooking. So I want to know your tips and tricks for when you feel like you just don't want to cook anymore. I know for freezer meals is great, and I definitely will be doing freezer meals again shortly. I've been saying that for going on a year. So they're great to have in the, in the freezer, but do give me some of your tricks and tips on what you do when you feel burnt out from cooking. So yeah, please leave comments for not only myself but for others that are feeling the burnout, or the burnout of cooking. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you on the next one. Back to my regular schedule this Wednesday. Bye for now.